area ratios and volume ratios. So to have us think about this further, here is an example of similarity within Pirates of the Caribbean.
I've really tried to reflect on how to utilize class time, but further how to utilize time outside of class. So what I started doing this year was using an iPad to record and annotate. But the big thing I've been trying to do is not just make a video, but purposefully have embedded questions within it so students get that formative assessment. So they're not just sitting and watching a movie or a video for 15 minutes or 10 minutes without knowing if they're getting it. One really cool thing about EdPuzzle with embedding questions is prior to me even entering class, I can look through a video that I've already made and assigned to students, and I can see, based on those questions, how long they spent when they took when they watched the video, and in particular, I can see by class roster how students did generally. So here's some students got half of them right, here's some students got 2/3 of them right, etc. Another thing that I can do is by question, I can view how students did by question rather than by student. And that's really powerful because then I can say, okay, question 1, everyone got right. It was question 3 that was really difficult for many students as a class. That's something then I know I want to discuss once we're in class. And then I compare the perimeter of this shape and the perimeter of that shape. How would the perimeters compare? Hey there everybody, welcome to another lesson here where we're looking at similarity. So here in Unit 7, Lesson 7, let's look at proportional. In the research that I've read it's very important that the student identifies with the person presenting the video, and who better for that student to identify with than me. So while it may take more time to make a video of what I could easily find on YouTube or some other space, it really requires me to think about what I want to say. This is demonstrated. So suppose an artist or even a civil engineer is trying to lay out lampposts in a diagram such as this. And further research that I've read says it's really important that this video is consumable. So I really try to keep things from no more than 12 minutes. Sometimes topics require a bit longer than that. And the other big piece then, of course, there's some additional time because there's questions embedded within the video. It's not just sit and watch. If I choose this little quiz feature, I can decide where in the video I want to pose a question. So maybe
for me as a student, it helps a lot because it's interactive and it's not just a homework sheet where you don't know the problem and you have to go onto an answer key and look at it. Where if you get a question wrong on this EdPuzzle website, then he explains to you right after, and it just helps me learn the concept just a little bit better than I would with just a regular worksheet.
The biggest 3 objectives I have with this project, one is just expanding what the traditional classroom space means. So rather than the physical space for 70 minutes, really trying to think creatively as to how to expand that. How to use technology in a way that students can interact beyond those 70 minutes. Another thing that I'm really trying to push is for students to have a way of getting feedback before the unit test or before a quiz. They're getting nightly feedback and check-ins of their understanding. And further, it really empowers me pedagogically to say, okay, even before class has begun, I have a sense of where students are at and what made sense from the video and what we still need to address and build upon. So it really is freeing up an opportunity in class for us to do things, a sense of collaboration beyond just listening and watching examples. That's the traditional classroom math space. I'm always a lifelong learner of trying different things, and I'm still trying to get the perfect sort of science of how this works myself. And I think that's really powerful for students to see that while it may not be perfect, I'm still trying to take risks. I'm trying to use technology in new ways. And they've been very adaptable to that as well, to be along for the ride and try it out and give me feedback, what works, what doesn't. So there's so many elements to this that are new, both for my students and myself, but learning wouldn't be fun otherwise.